Priscilla, come. Oh, thank you. Asanteni sana kwa ajili ya kusimamia mama.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Namshukuru Mungu asubuhi ya leo kwa kutupa kibali hata kwa kupewa hiyo nafasi ya kuweza kuminister in this pulpit. Bwana asifiwe. I'm so humbled to welcome my husband, Reverend Tom, to come and give us the word of God.
Thank you. I know you're too afraid to invite me the correct way. Don't worry. God bless you. You know, you may be seated. Thank you. It's good to see all of you today. And it's a big privilege, Bishop, that I would find an opportunity to minister in this congregation in your presence. It's not something you get every day, and it's something to be afraid of. But because of the Lord God in heaven and the assignments He has given us, I take it in my stride that I would speak in your presence today. I don't know whether to speak, whether to preach, or whether to teach, because all those are in my possession this morning. Let me give you the beginning of two scriptures that I want God helping me to talk about. There are things, Bishop, we have been talking here in your absence for the 2 times that I spoke here. One day you were in the US and the other one I left you in Kitui and came to minister, that some things we said at your back, God helping me, I'll say some of them in your presence, and so we can go. There's Kings, the book of Kings. There are 2 books of Kings, 1 and 2. So if you would go to 1 Kings 19, we'll just introduce the chapter because I am going to walk through that chapter, but let's introduce it by reading just 4 verses of chapter 19 of 1 Kings. Then we will go to 2 Kings and read another 2 verses in chapter 2, and the rest you will allow me to just bring about as we speak. The Bible in front of me is New International Version. Now Ahab told Jezebel everything Elijah had done and how he had killed all the prophets with a sword. So Jezebel sent a message to Elijah to say, "May the gods deal with me, be it ever so severely, if by this time tomorrow I do not make your life like that one of them." Elijah was afraid and ran for his life. When he came to Beersheba in Judah, he left his servant there while he himself went a day's journey into the desert. He came to a broom tree, sat down under it, and prayed that he might die. "I have had enough, Lord," he said. "Take my life. I am no better than my ancestors." That's enough introduction of that chapter. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 2. Let's introduce it also. 2 Kings chapter 2. When the Lord was about to take Elijah up to heaven in a whirlwind, Elijah and Elisha were on their way from Gilgal. You need to mark Gilgal. Elisha said to Elisha, "Stay here. The Lord has sent me to Bethel." You still need to underline Bethel. But Elisha said, "As surely as the Lord lives and as you live, I will not leave you." So they went down to Bethel. The company of the prophets at Bethel came out to Elisha and asked, "Do you know that the Lord is going to take your master from you today?" "Yes, I know," Elisha replied, "but do not speak of it." Other versions will say, "Keep quiet." Then Elijah said to him, "Stay here, Elisha. The Lord has sent me to Jericho." You need to understand Jericho. And he replied, "As surely as the Lord lives, and as you live, I will not leave you." So they went to Jericho. The company of the prophets at Jericho went up to Elisha and asked him, "Do you know that the Lord is going to take your master from you today?" "Yes, I know," he replied, "but do not speak of it." Then Elijah said to him, "Stay here. The Lord has sent me to the Jordan." Underline Jordan. And he replied, "As surely as the Lord lives and you live, I will not leave you." So the two of them walked on. That's enough introduction of that verse. While I was thinking and praying and studying about today, a few things came to mind. And I was like, is it the leader father, or is it the father leader, and the resultant things that need to happen? Bishop, for the many years that you keep telling us about, I want to walk with you in this chapter 19 for some time. Then after, of course, I'll be working with some of us who are aspiring to be leaders and leader fathers. Then after some time, I'll leave it and come to the rest of us. Now, if you are a reader of the Bible, you will realize in chapter 18 of 1 Kings, there was the big happening when Elijah caused fire to come from heaven and consume the sacrifice on Mount Carmel. And he ordered the slaughtering of the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah. In other words, there was about 800 plus people that Elijah caused to be slaughtered. And we can say at that time, all his enemies are under his feet. You remember that? Yeah. That is chapter 18. But in chapter 19, the Bible says, and King Ahab told Jezebel everything that Elijah had done on top of Mount Carmel. And Jezebel gives a verdict, a threat. And she says, I like the way NIV says, "May the cause to me be it ever so severely, if by this time tomorrow I will not have made you like one of them." In other words, tomorrow you will be dead, Elijah, if I am still here. That's Jezebel. Yes. And you know, Jezebel and Ahab, it's like Jezebel was the king, Jezebel was the husband, and Ahab was the other one. So these threats are to be taken very, very seriously. And Elijah knows it. And so the Bible says, he fled for his life. He left. And he took his servant and they went away towards the desert. But before they get to the desert, they reach Beersheba. We will come back and talk about Beersheba, but he left the servant there and for a full day continued into the desert, and he comes to a broom tree somewhere, and there he lies under it and he says his final prayers. he says, what is the use of me being alive? God, take my life. I want to die now. I am no better than my ancestors. In fact, he's talking about ancestors like Abraham, who is not there, Isaac, who is not there, Jacob, who is not there, and the rest. I am not better than them. I should be in the grave. That is what he's telling God. And after he prays that prayer, he sleeps and waits to die. Now let's talk a bit. Let's just reflect about how much time has elapsed between Mount Carmel and under the broom tree. About how much time? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Or the day before yesterday, because there was a day's walk from Beersheba. So if he got to Beersheba the following day, then by the time he clears to the desert with the broom tree, maybe 2 days. So from the date and the point of success and conquest to the point of giving up and almost letting go, 2 days. 2 days. 2 days. And the man of God, he is aware about what he has done for God, but something has happened that behaves like it's removing the conquest. And like bringing him to a point of, you are good for nothing, you have done nothing, you have achieved nothing, and now you should just die.
Yes.
Now that is the problem that Elijah found himself in. And when I was speaking to the people the last 2 times, I told them about some of the things that the man of God went through and thought like, this is the end of everything. Well, some of them he has told us, others we know. Like he has gone to jail 8 times because of a conquest that happened in some big church somewhere. And he would think like, this is the end of everything. And then the ministry was born, and he has told us, this one you know, about, in fact if you count now, the churches that are with us against the churches that were taken away from him, the ones that were taken away are more. And you are like, what use is this thing? I should be giving up. I should be letting go. I am not better than those who finished badly. That is Elijah speaking. And I am here to say, how could you there were some things that he needed to connect and see the plan of God in his life. So while he is sleeping, waiting to die, an angel from the desert touches him. And the angel speaks to him. Only 2 words. Rise up and eat. And he can see bread and water. And the bread was not like Elliot's Broadways. The Bible says it was bread that was prepared from old charcoals. It was fresh bread from the oven. There it was told, rise up and eat.
Yes.
The man of God rises up and he eats, and God goes back to sleep. Of course he's waiting to die. So he eats and he goes to sleep again. No thought about why on earth in the desert is food being presented to me. Something we'll need to talk about. So he sleeps again, and within a very short time again, the angel touches him again. And now he speaks to him 4 words. Says, rise up, eat, for the journey ahead of you is tough, or something like that. Slow. So the man of God realizes, I am not about to die. It is not time to die.
Yes.
It is time to eat twice and rise up and begin to go, because you've got a long way to go. He rises up. The Bible says, with the strength of the second feeding, he rises up and he begins to go towards the desert, towards the direction of the mountain of God, Oreb Sinai, and he goes there for 40 days, for 40 nights before he gets there, using the strength of feeding number 2. Now, let me talk to the bishop. You ate twice. And you were told the journey ahead of you is long. Whoever is telling you is long knows the distance, knows the obstacles, knows the conquest, knows everything that is out there. You only need to eat and begin to go. And you come to the mountain of the Lord and you get into a cave, really because you do not know why the Spirit is leading you to the mountain. To get into the cave, just comparing, get into the cave for the night, and there is a voice speaking, and this startles the man of God, because the Bible is asking a question. What are you doing here, Elijah? In other words, if we go back to the teachings of this moment, what is your assignment here, Elijah? And the man of God in the Bible doesn't have an assignment. If you hear, the answer he is giving. He is saying, Lord, I have been zealous about your work, about everything you have told me, but the people have rebelled against you and they have killed all the prophets, and now they are looking for my life to kill me also.
Yes.
According to Elijah, that is his assignment. And God ignores the answer. And he tells him, get out of the cave.
Yes.
And go stand on top of the mountain. I will speak to you there, or I'll pass by there. So he gets out of the cave, and by the time he gets to the entrance to the cave, 3 things happen, which in the latter church we ignored. There was winds that were breaking the rocks. There were earthquakes, and there was fire happening. Of course, the Bible says, but the Lord was not in these. But I choose to come back. I choose to come back and ask ourselves, who has given the instruction to get out of the cave and on top of the mountain? Who?
The Lord.
The Lord has given the instruction. What is the preparation? You are going on top of the mountain, so the Lord is going to speak to you, isn't it? Yes. That is what the man of God was told. But before he gets to that place of speaking, 3 major threatening things are happening. There is winds that are breaking the rocks. There are earthquakes that are breaking things out. And there is fire that is burning things out.
Yes.
Many of us will say, unaona vile kunafanyika. Kwisha. Unaona hizo winds, huyo kwisha.
Yes.
Unaona hiyo fire, hapa hakuna. Yes, we say that. But unless we are able to withstand or go through the shaking of the winds and the breaking of the rocks and then the earthquakes shaking everything and the fire behaving like it's burning everything, we can't get to that point of the soft speaking.
Yeah.
Many of us are always looking forward to the soft speaking. It is there.
Yes.
But you don't get to it unless you're willing to withstand the winds, the earthquakes, and the fire. And the man of God did exactly that.
Yes.
You know, sometimes some things I can't bring myself to say them about him, but he has just withstood that. And now you are about to hear the soft speaking. The soft speaking. And the problem again with the soft speaking is that he repeats the earlier question. What are you doing here, Kimwele?
Yes.
You have withstood the 3 dangerous things. Now you are at the place of speaking softly. What are you doing here? The man of God repeats the same answer, and God ignores again. Because what is your assignment? And God brushes the answer. Of course, it was the same. I have been zealous, everything, and your people have rebelled, and they have killed all the prophets, and they are looking to kill me also. Is that an assignment?
No.
That was the answer of the man of God. So God ignores such, and he tells him to do 1, 2, 3, 4 things. 1, go back the same way you came. You know, we are saying so easily. Go back the same way you came. How does it look like? How does it look like? 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness alone. Go back the same way you came. And when you reach Aram, that is Syria, anoint, is it Hazael? Anoint Hazael to become king in Syria or in Aram. And anoint Jehu to become king in Israel. And anoint Elisha, son of Shaphat, to become prophet after you. So you go back the same way you came, and then you anoint 2 kings and 1 prophet. So that I can finish up with the bishop. You have not anointed a king yet, but 2 you are about to anoint, and then a prophet you are about to anoint. When that is done, we can now stop speaking about the bishop. By the way, did you know, now I'm talking to the leaders, did you know when the man left and went away so that he can go and lie in the desert, he left the servant in Beersheba. Beersheba is the place where there is the best well of water. And you can go back to the times of Abraham, when the lady Hagar was released to come out of the family and she went away. It is at Beersheba where God miraculously made a well to appear from nowhere. And later, the descendants of Abraham dug wells in Beersheba, and that is the place of drinking, the place of watering. So he leaves the servant there and he goes farther away. Let the servants remain at the place of